Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. Now, if you're loving the show, do us a quick favor, hit that follow button, give us a like, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. Whether you're tuning in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or right here on YouTube. Sorry, Facebook, ain't working this week, but it's all good. Your support helps us bringing the heat to you each and every week. With that being said, also follow us on social media. Just click the link in the chat or description box to keep up with everything that is the Sports Bros Podcast. I go by the name of the HOC, Eddie Cool, here at the Sports Bros Podcast. Now, as we're going live, I'm looking at my TV screen and I see all of Scott's eye in the doggone TV. All right. And with that being said,
Are we
I'm
on
going to
TV?
stop. Yes, sir. We are live. We are live.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop my incoherent rambling. With that being said,
I'm recorded. This is just a recording of me.
sure. Introducing first, coming to you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He is the one, the only, the almighty Be Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? Technology be damned, but it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. I'm not stressing. Everything's fine. There's no sports on right now. Everything's fine. Got to make up stuff as we go. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Three, two, one. One, two, okay. Whew. Pressure points, bro. I got my headphones up. I'll be okay. I'll be all right.
Sounds like someone needs an adult beverage.
Chill, oh boy. I don't need an adult beverage, but I will have one after the show.
He would like.
Who didn't know that?
I did.
Oh,
Hey,
Lord, here we
you
go.
know what? Just go ahead and bring
I'm
him up. Just go ahead and bring him up.
he,
Since I'm like I'm like what step 3 of my 12-step process, and hi, my name is Brian. Hi, Brian. Okay, go ahead. It's on.
and the other guy, he is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. He can't stand Kyrie Sane's gimmick, nor does he like the WNBA. I'm joking. With that being said, he is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. He is the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the money man, Scotty D.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
Hey.
Going through the jasmine in my mind.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Do you know who that is? You know who sings that?
I don't, but it's so damn familiar. Who sings it?
Seals and Croft,
Okay. All right.
who went on to have no other songs.
That's it.
Wait, Be Live, your name's Brian? Did I just hear that correctly? Did you say Brian?
I'm not doing this today. I promise you. I'm not doing this.
I thought your first name was Almighty.
Oh, and like your name is Scotty.
Yeah.
That's how you announce yourself to your kids.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
How you doing, Scott?
I'm good to see Brian and Ed today.
Oh, so he's Ed. He's not Edwin. Is that what we're doing?
Edwin. Hello, Edwin. Edwin and Brian.
This is not what we're doing. Scotty D, what's an update on your eye, sir? Can you give us an update on your eye situation?
He's gonna get punched in it next time I see him.
Oh, you'd never catch me. Yeah. You'd be too bogged down with malted hops and barley to ever catch up with me.
Eddie, cool. Do we have a?
I have a sore eye.
Do we have a Corey Graves on standby?
I don't know.
I'm just saying because we about to be sans Scotty D for 5 weeks, just like Pat McAfee right now. Keep messing with me.
Oh man,
I'm so honored that you compared me to Pat McAfee.
Loud and obnoxious.
Star of the show.
Wow.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as B Live alluded to earlier in past episodes, we are in the dog days of summer. No NBA, whole lot of trades going on. Let's see. B Live, a soccer tournament just happened. I think Mexico.
It's
the cup. They played for the cup.
Yeah, the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Who won the cup?
Mexico.
Mexico won the cup.
Yeah.
Yep. The Guardians are sliding, and I don't know what's going on with the Braves, but with that being said, speaking of Braves and the Guardians, let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order. All right, let's get this top of the order. As I was mentioning, the Guardians and the Braves earlier. Fellas, it's that time of year again. It's time for the All-Star break. Major League Baseball, as everyone says, it's their favorite. At least I know it's my favorite All-Star break as well too. You get to see the home run derby, you get to see a few celebrity games, and most importantly, the All-Star game. All right. And with that being said, fellas, we know who made the team. We know who didn't make the team, but who do we think got snubbed? With that being said, Scotty D, who you think got snubbed from this year's All-Star Game festivities?
Well, the guy I thought the most got snubbed was Trey Turner of the Phillies. He fell behind Francisco Lindor as the starting shortstop, and Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds. And those guys are obviously great picks, and there's a lot of depth at shortstop. But Trey Turner batting .299 this year with 22 stolen bases. Phillies playing good baseball. They only got two guys on the team, Schwarber and pitcher Zach Wheeler. Last of that, 8. Trey Turner's having a good year offensively at the plate. Good, solid defensive shortstop. He actually said he wasn't surprised because he knows that's kind of a hard position to crack into. There's always going to be people you think should have gotten in. We were looking at that ESPN website that said Juan Soto was a snub, and I didn't think he was. I didn't think he actually had a good enough year to get in there. But I think Trey Turner did, and I would probably put him in there over De La Cruz. B-Live, who you got?
Here's the thing. I like the hate on the Mets a lot, but when I looked at the numbers, Juan Soto may have gotten snubbed. His numbers are good. Like, you've seen a couple plays where he was like out of position, didn't hustle and stuff like that. And we may be used to certain Juan Soto numbers. I won't say he's a all full-on snub just because I don't like the Mets and I don't like Juan Soto. So that's just sort of,
you say his numbers look good, but I think a lot of that came on late. I think he started off really cold. I think he was only batting like .230 the first maybe month and a half or so this season. And when the battling gets going, and that's fresh in people's minds that, the people were voting and they're like, oh, he's off to a bad start. And that could have worked against him, I think.
And so with that being said, this has been a sort of a tough year. Again, when it comes to your All-Star lineup, I really think it was well put together. Some sort of household names that we may be used to now and that didn't make it, or even the up and coming that you think would have risen and stuff, but they haven't. So I'm gonna throw out a name like a Gunnar Henderson, like for Baltimore. Like, his numbers are not I guess they're not necessarily All-Star caliber, but it's one of those things when you look at who they picked, because I think every team does get a player in by like the Major League Baseball rules, and they picked they put Ryan O'Hearn over Gunnar Henderson. So that right there, I just put that little bit of comparison out there. But I think for the most part, the players that are most deserving are in. I think it's well put together. I'm glad to see that Acuna got voted in, even though he was hurt for the majority of the season. The little piece of the season he's played, his numbers are near the top, even though it's not qualifying because of he's been hurt for the most part. Chris Sale from Atlanta, even though he's hurt, even anytime I say Atlanta because they're hurt,
yeah.
I don't even want to talk about baseball anymore because it hurts. Why is my entire team
How
hurt?
are you going to feel, though? I mean, you got to feel when in Atlanta, Freddie Freeman gets introduced as a starting first baseman. They're going to go nuts for him there. You got to feel good for him, though, right?
I am so glad you said that, Scotty D. I am so very thankful that you said that in Atlanta, they're going to go wild and crazy for Freddie Freeman getting announced. It's going to be an awesome thing.
Yeah.
You know what? MLB and the whole world in general You can kiss my ass. You know
Oh
why?
boy, that's
Because
a big word.
it's in Atlanta. I want to freaking go to Atlanta for the All-Star game, and I can't because the tickets are astronomical. Just for standing room only is almost $300.
Crazy.
Just for the home run derby. That's just one night. $300 for again, standing room only. I'm not talking about the premium. I'm talking about up there. And that's still the Battery, Atlanta, Truist Park is beautiful. You don't miss a thing in standing room only. Trust and believe. But I can't pay $600-700 just for 2 tickets. And then the hotel, I had to cancel the hotel. I had the hotel booked. I was there. I had to cancel it. Because I got in a hotel for 5 days.
Oh wow.
And I got it a year ago, so I actually had really good, like it was $700 for 5 days. And I was willing, hey, but I can't afford $1,300-1,400. And that's just the tickets in the hotel room. That does not account for the gas, the food, and of course, like Scotty D likes to say, the drinks.
The libations.
Yes.
If you can't go to Atlanta and have a beer for under $20, what's the sense of going?
So I'm just gonna be sitting somewhere here in Fayetteville at my local little watering hole watching the All-Star, watching the home run derby.
It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good.
Who's in it? Acuna, and is Pete Crow in it?
I think
Buxton.
Yeah, Byron Buxton. I also remember seeing Byron Buxton. I remember seeing
New
Acuna.
name got introduced today.
What's his name?
His name is O'Neal Cruz from the
Okay.
Pittsburgh Pirates. And the common theme around Pittsburgh upon hearing this announcement is that we all think he's going to strike out. We're not 100% sure he's going to be able to hit one out. We think he's going to chase low and away and maybe take a called 10th strike before he hits one out of the ballpark.
You do know that they're like it's now a timed event. There's no striking out.
Yeah.
But you're thinking just
he's going to strike out anyway. He's going to pull it off. Currently right now, O'Neal Cruz is third in Major League Baseball in strikeouts. He has struck out as of today, 113 times. He's behind 2 guys who have played 9 games or 10 games more than he has. So by default, he's the king of the K. So
well, I was about to say, Scotty D, what you tell me the other day? If I felt the gust of wind over here in Cleveland is not from the lake, is from where?
O'Neal Cruz taking a swing. Did I say that?
Yeah, it's from the wind of his bat. And be live. If you're sitting in Fayetteville and you feel a gust of wind, just notice it's the wind from the whiff of O'Neal Cruz's bat. With that being said,
but if he connects with one down there, be live, you still have a shot of catching it. This dude will hit it a mile.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking at my list right now. Let's see. Snubs. Okay, Juan Soto. A 396 on base percentage, 21 home runs. Yep, there was like gasp. They left him off the list. Seiya Suzuki. He leads MLB with 77 RBIs and 25 homers at the break. He should have got at least like a reserve spot. And as we mentioned, the aforementioned Trey Turner.
Suzuki, you talking about for the Cubs?
Yeah.
He didn't make it?
No, he didn't make it.
Wow, I didn't even see. Wow. Yeah, no, he's having a breakout year. Like he's being overshadowed by Pete Crow Armstrong, but they're literally neck and neck with their stats. Like have one and not the other. And Pete Crow Armstrong, absolutely an all-star, but that's what I say Suzuki should absolutely be right there with them. Like, what position does Suzuki play?
He's an outfielder / designated hitter.
Oh, he should have definitely.
Thing is, it's Tuesday as we're recording this right now, or I guess we're going live. Anybody else?
Yeah, we live? Yeah, we live. Hey, how y'all doing? So if y'all live, tap in.
So we have a week. So this is far from over. You know how this goes. Guys get injured and they drop off the team, and then you probably have another 5, 6, 7 players that'll end up showing up on that team. I don't even think I think Chris Sale, right? He did get announced as an All-Star.
Yeah, he's announced.
So he'll get dropped, and someone will take his spot for one example. I have to admit this to you guys. The starting shortstop in the American League is Jacob Wilson from the A's. He's hitting 335 this year with 42 RBIs. I haven't seen this guy play. I know nothing about this dude. I've watched a lot of baseball this year, and it's mostly been the Pirates, so I'm not used to seeing a 335 average or anything remotely close to that. And I've watched some Yankee games, but I have not seen the A's play. And this guy, I've slept on this guy's ability. So I'm going to keep my eye on Jacob Wilson, as shortstop from the Las Vegas A's? Is that who they are now?
Sacramento.
Sacramento A's.
They're just the A's right now.
Just the
A's, and they'll be the A's for another 3 years. While the Las Vegas
baseball team.
They finally broke ground a month ago. Like, they bought the team somehow and hadn't even broke ground for where they were going to put the team.
Wow.
Where did they do that at?
Yeah, where they do that at?
It's like, yeah, let's bring a baseball team to a city, but we don't even know where we're putting them yet. Let me figure it out. Let me put some money here, put some money there. Business is business, and they're working on it, I guess. But yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Yep. All wild stuff. All right, with that being said, that's it for MLB All-Star Talk. And speaking of an All-Star, Scotty D, you want to pick our brains about a situation that happened with your beloved Pittsburgh Pirates. You told us about it yesterday, but break it down to the listeners and the viewers. What happened with Paul Skenes?
Well, Skenes did get he's going to be the Pirates' lone representative, if you can believe that, in the All-Star game. A year ago, he didn't even begin the season in Major League Baseball, but was the starter for the National League in the All-Star game. So, a couple days ago, Skenes is pitching against the Mariners. This is on was it Sunday afternoon, and he's pulled from the game after the fifth inning, having thrown only 78 pitches. The score was 0-0 at the time. The Pirates then bring in reliever Machinsky, who gives up a home run. The Pirates.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing some first ever technical difficulties. The money man's
first ever.
Yeah, for the first time
hey,
ever.
There we go. He's moving again.
All right, Scott, you got
Did I go away?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you were frozen for a second. Restart from the top one more time about Paul Skenes, please, sir.
Yeah, so that they pulled him after the fifth inning. He threw 78 pitches. The score is 0-0 in the fifth inning. He had struck out 10. The next reliever, Majinsky, comes in, gives up a home run. The Pirates lose 1-0. Not a big surprise because they never score when Skenes pitches. He's 4-7. His ERA is under 2, and he's an all-star. He's 4-7. He's also with a 4-7 record. That shows how terrible this team is offensively. So, at the time, I'm wondering why they pulled him at only 78 pitches and into the fifth inning. That was a theme that was common among other Pirates fans on Facebook and on the local radio. And then Ben Cherington on his weekly radio show says, well, we did make some adjustments to his calendar so that his pitching now and the All-Star break will allow him to be eligible on Tuesday, July 15th. So he has one more start coming up, and they, again, I guess are going to keep an eye on his workload so that he's fully ready to go on Tuesday, July 15th for the All-Star game. Now, my question to you guys is, before I throw anything out there, have you ever heard of a GM in any sport prioritize an All-Star game of any kind with their own player, trying to set their player up for maximum success, or at least actually, I mean, just the opportunity to play in an All-Star game? Have you ever heard anything like that before? And if it was your team, how would you feel about it?
All right, B-Live, I'll let you go first. I'm going to defer to you.
Don't let me go first, because I'm going to be honest with you. Absolutely not. I've never heard of this before. The only thing, like, I pondered over this question because it made zero sense to me. And the more I pondered on it, the only thing it just absolutely does not make any sense to me is that they're shining up their little toy to put on the auction block to be sold to the highest bidder come the end of this season. Which doesn't make any sense because, once again, people are pretty knowledgeable about what Paul Skenes is capable of. You don't need to put him on the All-Star team and rest him up for that, for people to know what he's capable of, but that's the only thing that could remotely, and I mean possibly, make the slightest bit of sense, and it makes no sense. The only thing I can even think of is Kobe's farewell year, but they didn't really like. It was just one of those things. They a big to do. Just it was a farewell thing, whatever. But the Lakers didn't necessarily like to say, just, oh yeah, you know what, you can rest the first a few games before the All-Star game, so you can have an amazing. No, I don't recall that. Mm-mm. So, out of all of the bizarre things, and if there was a team to do bizarre things, yes, it would be the Pittsburgh Pirates. But yeah, I got nothing, Scott. Scotty D, I got absolutely nothing.
If I'm a Pirates fan, I'm feeling some kind of way. Like, are we preserving him for a potential run after the All-Star game? Or are you, as B-Live said, preserving him to make him shiny and pretty him up for the highest bidder? Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. I understand that he is the lone representative, but it's still the regular season. You still want to be competitive. You still want to win games. Scotty D, how far are the Pirates out of what's their record?
They are currently 38-54, and in year 6 of Ben Cherington, the general manager's rebuild, he's led them to a 5th place standing right now in the National League Central, which they have been every year that he's been the general manager. They are 17 games out of 1st place. So,
even as miserable as my Braves are, we can still count on the Pirates to be even more miserable.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Look record wise, competition wise, we're at division wise. Scotty D was touting a few weeks ago. They had like a 5-game win streak, and then it's back to reality, back to business per usual. So, Scotty, I don't know what to tell you about your Pirates, man. I have no idea what to tell you about your Pirates. None. Just
think of it this way, Scotty D. You always have the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah. They are 21-70 right now. They are an abysmal 34.5 games out of 1st place behind the Dodgers. So, yeah, that's
a run differential of negative 235. Yeah. Like, that's unheard of.
It's almost impossible if you're trying to do that.
Right? So what's Colorado's deal? They can't hit, they can't pitch, and you think it's in a hitter friendly park. They can't get nothing. What's going on with them? Are they just that bad?
Well, the problem is that they're in a hitter friendly park, and everybody else is very friendly.
Well, yeah, they're giving up an immense amount of runs and not scoring at all. So, yeah. Now, I say this about the Pirates. I think if the Pirates were maybe 5 or 6 games under 500, I don't know that they would do this, because at that point you're only a short win streak away from getting back to 500, which would be an accomplishment for this team if they're playing 500 ball, which they are not close to. And so that I think if there was more on the line, they wouldn't prioritize this. I also think there's possibilities that this type of thing might go on more than we know, but you don't say it out loud.
No,
you don't say it into a microphone whenever everyone in town hates you anyway and wants you fired. You don't say that into a microphone. And my feeling is that they kind of want to showcase him, and not because they're going to trade him, because they have him under club control for a couple more years, and I don't think trading him you can get a fair return. I just think he's that valuable to Pittsburgh right now. And any team that would want him would have to give up a massive haul to get to land him right now. So I don't think this guy is going to trade Paul Skenes, and that topic has been kicked around here too. I just think if you're one of the other players on the team and you're in this game, you're still trying to win. You're not giving up on your season yet. I mean, these players, they know that the team's bad, but every day you go out there, you want to grind and get better and win. They just had a 6-game win streak. In their minds, that's fresh, and they still have a chance to make some headway here. And when you take out the star pitcher after 5 innings, man, I just don't think that sends a great message to the team. And it also tells me that I feel like it's more a decision of the general manager than it is of the dugout manager, Don Kelly, that this has been discussed. Hey, we want him to be available to pitch, shine some light on the Pirates here on Tuesday the 15th. Let's not overdo it for him right now. What were you going to say, B-Lav?
I was going to say, don't you owe it to your fans that paid money to be in the seats for that game to compete?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game in Seattle. It was an away game.
Oh, it's an away game. Okay.
Yeah,
at least.
And maybe they wouldn't have done that at home. I don't know. But they're on a road trip. So he had that game, and he has one more start scheduled before the All-Star game, both road games. But I'm sure that there's a lot of fans in Seattle also that were like, hey, this guy's one of the biggest names in baseball. What I'm hoping this does is sheds a light on the fact that the guy is 4-7. And the commissioner watches this and says, hey, look, man, you guys got to start spending some money. Their payroll's lower now than it was in 2016. You guys got to start spending some money to try to help this guy. We want to feature this guy. This guy's a star in the making. And you're wasting him in Pittsburgh by not putting anything around him. You haven't signed a free agent in 10 years to a multi-year deal. 1-year contract they give, but I hope that the light is shed on how terrible this owner Bob Nutting is, that he won't spend money, and how bad Ben Cherington is, that he signs guys like Tommy Pham and Adam Frazier in the offseason who are well past their prime and are just trying to skate by instead of going out and trying to find some bats. Oh, and it's a mess. I am just shocked that Ben Cherington actually admitted this out loud, said this into a microphone, and at the risk of putting himself under such scrutiny for that.
Insert foot in the mouth?
Open mouth, insert foot.
Yeah.
See what this is that? Like, what incentive? What do you gain by saying something like that? Like, are you using yourself as a scapegoat at the moment?
I don't know.
Somebody asked one of the reporters. Did one of the reporters ask the right question? He wasn't ready for it.
I don't know. This was on his own weekly show that he did, so I'm not sure how they got about.
I'm trying to give
get into that topic, but yeah,
I'm trying to give the man an out.
I don't know. The man needs to be out. He let the season begin with Derek Shelton, and
he needs to be out.
He needs to be out. Yeah. So
I
don't know. When I heard that yesterday, I thought there should be a bigger deal made about this, that he said this. Let me see what you guys are. One of our local sports talk show guys, he tweeted out today that he thought the Pirates would pull O'Neal Cruz out of the game tonight so he doesn't swing too many times before he gets into the home run derby next week. So it's bad here. It's bad.
Yeah. Fellas, before we get up out of here, Clayton Kershaw hit a career milestone, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Mr. 3,000 strikeout.
AKA our favorite bum. Oh, yeah, by the way.
He's a bum.
Braun Breaker, you owe us some money. I heard what you said on Monday Night Raw.
What did he say?
He's a bum. You owe us some money, player. Come up off it. Come up off it. I'm like, oh, where did I hear that from? Mm-hmm. All jokes, but yeah, it's just yeah.
Hey, I like the fact that they put him on the All-Star team though. They found a spot. Like they created a spot to put Kershaw on the All-Star team.
Oh, he's a reserve pitcher?
It's like a legend spot or something. Like it's an extra spot. I think that's what they did. They put it. They just as a tribute to him. They gave him a spot on the All-Star team.
For what?
It's not taking a spot off of anybody else. It's just like you're adding him onto it. Which I think it's kind of a cool thing to do for him because he's great. I mean, I know he had some postseason difficulties, but he's been a phenomenal pitcher for 20 years. So
he's been around that long.
I think so. Has he not?
It He been here for a minute.
I think it's 20 years. I think he's been in the league 20 years.
He has been around for a minute. Yeah, folks. But before we get out of here and go on to our favorite portion of the show, the choice of the voices. Rest in heaven, rest in peace, and we're gonna send our condolences to former Chicago White Sox pitcher, former closer, Bobby Jenks, two-time All-Star for the Chicago White Sox. When the franchise won the 2005 World Series, he died Friday in Sintra, Portugal, and he was diagnosed with a stomach cancer, a form of stomach cancer. I can't pronounce the name of it, but yeah, he spent 6 seasons with the White Sox from '05 to 2010, and also played for the Red Sox in 2011. He finished his major league career with a 16-20 record, 3.53 ERA, and 173 saves. So our heart goes out to Big Bobby Jenks. Big Bobby Jenks was a pleasure to watch. You see him with that big old 6'5", 275-pound frame. He was gonna throw
Big
the ball.
dude.
Big dude, and he threw it very well too. He did.
Did you say he was in Portugal when he passed?
Yes.
Ooh, Portugal is going through it right now. Because in the soccer world, Diogo Jota and his brother both play for Portugal's national team.
Mm.
They died in a car accident. Diogo Jota was 28.
Wow.
And his brother Andre Silva is 25 years old. Diogo Jota, Liverpool player, so near and dear to my heart. He just got married 2 weeks ago.
Oof.
His Portugal team just won the Nations League a month ago, and his professional team, Liverpool, just won the Premier League. This dude was sitting on top of the world, and then died in a car accident. It's literally shockwaves across the world of soccer for Diogo and Jota and Andre Silva. So condolences to to their families as well. So, man.
With that being said, y'all, just cherish life every day because you never know. You never know.
One thing also to speak on that same note while we're also here, prayers, condolences, and the whole 9 yards for the families affected in Central Texas. The flooding in Central Texas. A lot is going on. And so we pray that there's some relief for them. And
awful. That was awful, man. That's terrible stuff.
So, man, it's a lot been going on this past week, not only in the sports world, but in just the world in general. So, yeah.
Yep, that's why I try to say it every time, man. You know, be a blessing, not a burden, and do something nice and heal the world and just be there for each other. Just be good all around people.
Thanks for putting me in a good mood, boys.
I'm about to fix that right now.
We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back.
Thanks for cheering me up.
Because looking at my phone, because I have yet to get a watch. I might as well go ahead and get a new one because it is Amazon Prime week. Guess what time it is?
Oh yeah, LeBron James has let us know numerous times that it's Prime week. Yeah, that's a good time for me to get a watch too. It's not like 10 of which commercial are you talking about that you enjoy?
He was singing karaoke.
Oh my god,
that was a fun one too.
That was fun.
He's in the one. He's a hibachi chef.
Yeah. It was a good commercial.
And then the one where he's a barber cutting everybody. Freaking.
It was all one commercial the first time they showed it.
Oh, I don't watch TV like that. I'll be streaming, so it'll give me the option of which one I want to pick every single time that I'm watching something. I'm like, all right, LeBron James. Okay, cool.
And Bronny, Scotty D. I think it's Bronny dropped 45 in the Summer League game. And with that being said,
oh God, we almost made it through.
I'm glad you asked. I could help myself be live. Guess what time it is?
Speaking of Bronny, time to talk about the great athletes.
There you go. It's time for our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. And with that being said, hey, your button, hit it. The choices of the voices. We'll be right back in 2 minutes, right here on the SportsBros Podcast live.
And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Once again, thank you to the wonderful and
Ever so lovely.
Miss Button for introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices, where we ask y'all a question, you give us the answer, and we talk about it right here on the choices of the voices and your favorite episode, the Sports Bros Podcast of the Sports Bros Podcast. With that being said, Scotty D, what's on tap for this week's choices of the voices?